Hello everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses, where I was just going to skip this stuff, but Seteth wants to support, which is very exciting. In other news, I just had a question after instruction from Claude, who mentioned that learning to ride a wyvern is a rite of passage where he's from, which is a cute bit of information. Probably explains why he randomly came back as a wyvern rider. Post-time skip, but for now, Seteth. Because we love him.
May I discuss something with you? I promised to help you find the truth of who you are, but I'm afraid it's not that simple. There are some details I have kept concealed.
What was that tiny meow for, Tranquil Moorcat? Such a tiny mew. Anyway, baby, I meant to be focusing on Seteth now. What details? Could it be the fact he's really a several thousand-year-old saint?
5 years ago, before she vanished, I asked Rhea some pointed questions.
Quill! I don't know if the mic is picking up on her tiny meows, but that's really cute. Baby.
I learned that she knows everything about you. No, that is understating it. Rhea is responsible for your existence.
What do you mean?
I could explain to you here and now what fragments of knowledge I was able to pry from Rhea. I fear, however, that a partial understanding might do you more harm than good.
I really hope we get to find this stuff out, because otherwise I might go slightly mad. I guess most of it's probably going to be explained in the church route, but, you know, won't have a switch for however long after this. Sob.
Once we save Rhea, you will know the whole of it.
I hope so.
For now, that is all I can tell you.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tease, my man.
If you are still uncertain about your feelings, then permit me to add one more thing. You, Rhea, and I, we are like family.
Oh, Seteth. I love him.
Because of those deep ties, you can be certain that I will never abandon or betray you.
My friend.
On the contrary, I greatly wish to see what your future holds. I am, and will always be, your ally.
Oh, I'm in love, Seteth. Oh, come on, don't ruin the moment, Byleth.
You are not wrong. History is full of examples. I don't believe that will be the case here, but I suppose all I can do is ask for your trust. The truth is, you have become indispensable to me.
Seteth.
And that is true quite independently of whether I see eye to eye with Rhea, or even whether we are friends. After this war is over, where I go and what I do will depend wholly on you.
I love him.
I am still trying to figure that out myself. Perhaps it is just that I find you so fascinating that I cannot bring myself to leave your side. I dislike a one-sided conversation, but in this case I am afraid I had no choice. Our future is yours to determine.
Is that RA support? Yeah. So I might be able to marry him at the end of this. My friend really wanted to marry him but got locked out from it on the route she was on. She's gonna be so jealous. What are we doing this random Saturday?
I am with you this time.
No need to worry.
Must you all
A most
Heck,
satisfactory
I love him.
result.
thanking me?
Oh, Seteth. I love that man. If I didn't also love Claude, I would so be S-classing Seteth. Well, S-supporting, but you know. Right, I need to rest on one of these to restore all the weapons I used, but for now I will explore. Because I was forgetting, it's a new month, and therefore people will have new things to say. Where is everyone? Leonie's here somewhere. This way.
Hi.
Wait, can I get to her this way, or do I have to go around? That's the officer's place, isn't it? I don't know where I'm going. Let's just fast travel.
Indeed.
Oh, there.
When undertaking research, the usual method is to form a hypothesis, then test it with experiments.
Yeah. I did GCSE Science too.
Those experiments reveal facts and falsehoods, yet sometimes they also unveil an exception. You seem to be that exception when it comes to my crest research.
Fun. Sorry about that.
Worry not, Professor. Exceptions are what make my work interesting. Why don't the rules apply to you? I will
'Cause I'm
find
awesome.
out eventually. I feel it is my destiny as a crest scholar.
Well, that wasn't terribly interesting.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Has it truly been 5 years since then? Can you recall whether it was before or after I joined your class, Professor?
Was before.
That is not at all the case, Professor. Your
Really?
memory serves you poorly. It was shortly after I joined your class.
Oh,
I remember it like it was yesterday.
that's my bad.
Professor. Thanks to our victory, I've been able to study the Great Bridge of Murden at my leisure. And you know what? It's an astounding structure. So much history there. Imagine how much time and effort it must have taken to build something that big. Over water, no less. I hope that someday it will be opened up to the people of Fodlan, a historical site, rather than a military checkpoint.
Oh, I like him. He's cute. He was another possible option for S support. But I'm not as fond of him as I am of others.
Professor? The time's come to fight the Empire, huh? Wow, it's shaping up to be quite the battle, and I've got no problem with that. But that mystery army really worries me. There's no indication if they're friend or foe. Who do you think they are, Professor?
Dimitri himself.
Not unless he rose from the grave to secure revenge. That would mean... Actually, I have no idea what that would mean.
I'm pretty sure he's
Well,
not dead.
Whoever they are, I hope we can avoid fighting them.
He was in the time skip. He's got to be alive, really.
So, we're finally moving into enemy territory. We can expect the war to get even more intense from here on out. I'm really feeling the tension now. I have almost no experience with battles of this scale, Professor. I'll be grateful for your leadership on the battlefield. I know I can trust you.
Oddly humble for a Knight of Saros. Oh, Judith's around here. Where am I? At the other end.
Professor?
Hello.
Hey there.
Since Little Claude became their leader, the Alliance Lords haven't been especially unified. Now they're suddenly united for a common cause. As a result, the Empire hasn't been able to perform even one successful incursion. Rather, we're the ones who might get the jump on them. It's incredible. Magical, even. Maybe his strategic genius was simmering for those 5 years, and it returned to a full boil once you two were reunited. Or maybe he always knew he'd meet you again, and he was preparing for that this whole time.
Knowing him, I'd say that one.
Word just reached me that the Empire has stationed soldiers in Fort Mercius. If they decide to dig in their heels and defend the fort, we'll be in a difficult situation. I hear it's an impregnable keep, surrounded by high ramparts. Taking it would not be easy.
Great. That's cheery. There's a question here.
Hello.
Beyond the Great Bridge of Murden, it's all unfamiliar territory for us. We don't know where Lady Rhea's being held. We ought to investigate all potential locations thoroughly. The Knights of Saros will handle the search. We'll report back if we learn anything.
Ugh, leggings. Good to know people still care about Rhea, because I don't.
Hey, I could use a hand.
Sure. Take that to the guy in a minute.
Professor,
We might see Edelgard herself leading the enemy in the next battle. If they're coming out of Fort Merceus, our troops might even clash on Gronder Field.
It does feel like an end of the game type thing if we have, again, Claude, Edelgard and Dimitri all fighting on Gronder Field.
And those other troops on the march. Who knows what they'll do, or what side they'll take. Not
Yeah.
sure how we're supposed to form a strategy with so many unknowns.
I can handle it.
I don't know why you're so confident, but it does somehow make me feel better. Anyway, we've come this far. Let's just keep putting one foot in front of the other and see how far we get.
Because if it's Dimitri, he'll probably be on our side. Though slightly insane, from what I hear. If it's Adel, if it's Cornelia, or whatever her name is rather, she'll be on Adel's side. That ain't good for us.
Claude was saying that our next battle might be in Gronder Field. Is that right? Reminds me of the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. But of course that was a very different time.
Yeah,
When it
we
was
won
over,
that one.
all three class heads complimented each other on their bravery. And then we had a party. But we can never go back to that, can we?
I'm afraid not. It is actually all very sad, this game. I hate that a group of old friends have all basically had to go to war with each other. It really sucks.
Oh. Huh? I can hardly believe we're crossing the borders of the Empire to battle their army. I never thought I'd see the day. You'd never guess from the calm looks on everyone's faces, though. I mean, we're probably all gonna die, let's be honest.
Boo.
If you don't mind me saying, you don't look like you're in the middle of a crisis either. Oh, perhaps that was a little rude of me? Actually, it's the Great Tree Moon now, isn't it? Not that anyone's in much of a mood to celebrate the new year, of course.
That was a lot of pointless conversation. I'm trying to talk to everyone, but I mostly just keep getting lost.
I gotta say, it's tough to keep the fighting spirit alive when you recognize your enemies on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't avoid it, huh? How did everything get so messed up?
It's a good question.
Just because we're fighting someone doesn't mean we gotta hate them. That's probably the worst thing
No, but
about
it does
war.
mean we've got to kill them.
Win or lose, I still get a bad taste in my mouth.
It's genuinely very upsetting that we have to kill all these people we've befriended.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. I hear we're sending troops to Gronder Field next. Is that what's what? That whole area is in the territory of House Burgleys. It's famous as the main granary of Fodlan. If we could capture it, we probably wouldn't have to worry about food anymore. Bread for all.
That would be nice. I do like me some bread.
Reconnaissance is becoming more of a risk the deeper we move into enemy territory. If I don't come back, assume I'm dead.
Understood.
Good. We have to be realistic. Don't waste your energy worrying about me.
I won't. Because quite frankly, I don't think about you all that much. Sorry to say it, but there it is.
I've got to keep this place clean, and I mean properly clean, every day. Dust it, sweep it, everything. You never can tell when Lady Rhea might be back.
Nah. Nah. Clearly I care. AKA, I don't. Right, let's go see the sky, and then we'll go see everyone upstairs.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Don't think I've ever seen anyone this far up this corridor. So much running.
There's something else. House Gloucester has changed its allegiance and joined the faction that is against the Empire. The Alliance will thus remain united.
This is such a weird camera angle. There we go. Oh, I don't want to zoom in on him.
But thanks to this latest ploy, my father is more suspicious of Claude now than ever, if such a thing is possible. Ordinarily, I might credit his helpful posture toward us to his devout faith in the Church of Seros. But it is clear to me now that this is nothing more than a shrewd calculation on his part. He is only thinking of his position. We are in the clear for now, but please bear in mind that the Alliance is never an entirely stable union.
I know that. Kind of sucks, though. Hey, where's Lysithea? Haven't seen her yet. Let's check the cathedral first.
I heard that some unidentified troops have appeared, but apparently they were flying the flag of the Vargas royal family. Do you think it was Dimitri's ghost?
I think it's just Dimitri.
His country was taken before he ever wore the crown. Surely he must regret that.
I don't think he's dead. That's what she wants to hear, I assume. Yeah. I don't particularly care for Manuela.
Really? Professor, I trust you and Claude, but I feel uneasy. If we lose in the next battle, the Empire's army will likely come surging into Alliance territory. If that happens, my parents won't escape unharmed. They've raised their anti-Imperial flag after all.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you, Professor. I'll fight with all I've got to. Speaking with you has eased my mind a bit. Just enough, in fact, to put me in the mood for sweets.
Same. Hey guys.
Need something?
I don't have to
see you again soon.
I'll live.
Each time we press forward, our search for Rhea broadens to a wider area. I certainly hope we will find at least some clue. But I do suspect I already know where she is.
Care to share with the class, Seteth?
If I'm right, then she is in the Imperial capital.
Oh.
Then we cannot save her until we topple the Empire.
Makes sense, I guess. I love you, Seteth.
I hear the next battle could be a big one. Is that true? I miss the old days when if someone got hurt, we'd rush them to the infirmary and make them well. But on the battlefield, there's not enough time to help. People die. Professor, don't be one of those.
I don't plan to be.
There. We secured the win in our first skirmish, but the next battle is a different matter. The Empire will come after us with everything it's got. Even so, the ultimate victory will be ours. And I'm not just saying that. I've made ample preparations to ensure our victory. It's my rule to never leave victory to chance. You can't rely on the protection of the goddess. With your power and my schemes, I should be able to plot a direct course to victory.
I love you, Claude. Right, I think we've spoken to everyone, so I'll go on to my usual cycle of motivating, I guess. And I will probably cut back when that's done. Ooh, support. Yay.
How incredible. What a striking color. Ah, Professor. Look at this stone. Such a brilliant blue. You don't normally find stones like this around here. I ought to grind it down. I wonder if it would still be the same color.
Why would you grind it down? To make it paint, I assume.
To make pigment for my art. Good supplies don't come cheap. I prefer to make my own. Blue is especially expensive. How fortunate that I chanced upon this remarkable blueness. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go again, blathering on and on about painting.
Oh, we've all been there.
Oh, yes. But I know that I can get rather caught up in it and, enthusiastic.
It's cute.
You know, Professor, no matter how impassioned I become about my art, you never hold it against me. One could argue that I'm better off preparing for our next battle. I am becoming a knight.
You should become an artist.
Oh, Professor. Please don't say things like that. I gave up on my artistic dreams long ago. To support my family, I will be a knight. That's that.
Oh, sadness. Will you regret that choice?
No. I know it's the right thing to do. I'll continue with my art as a hobby. I don't think I could ever give it up. When I see something beautiful, I can't suppress the urge to paint it. I don't have a choice. And if my art can bring happiness to even one person, that's good enough for me.
As long as you're sure.
Professor, I have a favor to ask. I'm painting a portrait right now. When it's finished, I'd like to give the piece to you. Would you take it? Perhaps it can bring you a little happiness. That will have made the effort well worth it. Oh, excellent! Is that a promise? Because I'm really going to put my heart in it. That is, I'm going to enjoy partaking in this casual hobby of mine.
I assume he gives us the portrait and us support if we go for it. That was cute. I like him. There's 3 good options for S supports in this. For me, at least. I'm still going with Claude on this route.
Thanking me?
And I'll definitely S support Seteth on another route when I finally can.
There is always more to learn.
Looks like I'm getting it.
He's wonderful. Right, we're gonna rest today. And here we go again. The cycle never ends. Anyway, I can check on Leonie now. Well, that's not gonna go well. Manny, you're not even in advanced. That's embarrassing.
Hold that.
Wonder if I can reclass Iggy to anything useful yet. He is kind of more helpful with white magic. I'm going to change him to this. Because I could really use the other healer.
I did it!
Okay, I'm probably going to rest today. And I'll take this opportunity to check up on all my gear and so on ahead of the last mission. I don't know what I'll do if this is the final chapter, other than have emotions. Right, time to check our supports, I guess.
Nothing here.
What are you doing?
Oh, Flayn! I've just been researching the exploits of Saint Sethlene.
And why is it you're doing that precisely?
Well, painting is a hobby of mine, and I thought I might like to capture her likeness.
Well, how lovely. But how is researching her exploits necessary for painting?
If I wanted to use a statue of Saint Sethlene for my reference, it wouldn't be necessary. But that's not what I want. I wish to paint Saint Sethlene herself, looking exactly as she did when she was alive. And if I don't know anything about who she was on the inside, the image won't be true to life. So I wanted to find some hints about who she was, and that's why I've been researching her deeds.
Ah, so you were hoping to find out what type of girl she was.
Girl? Interesting way of putting it, but yes, more or less.
I see. Yes, it is all quite clear to me now.
What's happening?
Okay then. Allow me to share with you what I know of Sethlene's deeds. Long ago, in a world ravaged by war, Sethlene led a secluded life with her father, Keyhole. One day, they met Saint Zeros, who was grieved by the chaos and destruction of war. And so, the three decided to join forces.
Huh? But I thought the saints gathered following a revelation from the goddess.
At the Battle of Tailteen, they fought against the 10 elites led by Nemesis, who sought to conquer the whole world. Sethlene tended to her allies on the field of battle, until she exhausted all her strength. Then, she fell into a long slumber.
But according to legend, she used her miraculous powers to heal all of the wounded.
Interesting story, is it not? Have you perhaps learned something new about Sethlene?
Having heard all that, I'd say she seems incredible.
Incredible? Well, I haven't heard that before.
I ship it.
I feel certain you and I will be fast friends. Let us talk again soon.
I'll be sad if I don't have the chance to get their last support.
Who knew Flame was such an expert on Sethlene?
I'll definitely have to look up their A support if I don't get it. Because that was cute.
That's enough. You're done for today.
Right. Thanks.
Are you feeling pain anywhere, Leonie?
No. Sorry, I'm alright.
Why are you apologizing?
Because I can't hold my own against you. And on top of that, you have to worry about hurting me. I feel like I've let you down.
Do you know what I meant when I said, you're done for today?
Probably that I was about to keel over.
No, it wasn't about your physical strength. I could tell that you didn't have the will to keep fighting.
I've got plenty of will.
No matter what I do, I can't win. Isn't that what you were thinking? If you think you can't win, you won't. Perhaps you already knew that.
Good point.
But never assume that you'll win. That is, don't underestimate your foe. At all times, you have to keep a clear head to make split-second decisions. In battle, mistakes are deadly.
But I don't have a crest or a relic. How could I ever hope to beat you?
If you put it like that, I'll fight barehanded, and I won't use my crest. Think you can win? Do your worst. Oh dear, I might have overdone it there. But I believe in her. I would be doing her a disservice if I pulled any punches. It's Leonie after all. She'll be back on her feet and charging at me before I know it.
Yeah, sorry about the awkward pauses in that one. I was messaging my friend because I'm not really invested in Catherine. Oh, I've got a support
How are
coming
you,
up with her
Catherine?
apparently.
You look well enough.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Never better.
That is good. I cannot help but be concerned, given your tendency toward incautious behavior. While boldness can be a virtue, I do hope you will bear in mind that recklessness is not. A moment's negligence can lead to a mortal wound for even the most skilled fighter.
You worry too much. If they saw me in action, the wounds themselves would cower.
That is precisely the attitude that worries me, especially given your history. You have been gravely injured before, as you no doubt recall.
Me? Gravely injured? When did that happen?
You mean you have forgotten? It was during your days as a student at the Officers' Academy. There was an excursion, a monster hunt. You charged ahead and left your fellow students behind. You ended up alone and surrounded. You almost died. Do you truly not remember?
Are you sure? All I remember is cutting down monsters left and right.
That is true enough, but you nearly bled to death in the aftermath. The Archbishop was so concerned for your life that she tended your wounds personally.
Oh, that was when that happened. Finally! It all fits together. Lady Rhea looking after me. Now that I remember clearly.
Sounds terrifying.
That was the first time she ever spoke to me. I was lying on the ground, caked in mud, and she gently picked me up, even stroked my hair. The emotions were so overpowering that they must have just cleared away my memory of the whole incident. So it was during the monster hunt. Thanks, Sedith. That's been bothering me for ages.
That is not quite why I brought it up.
Come to think of it, Lady Rhea hasn't healed me since then. We've got to find Lady Rhea, and then maybe someday she'll honor me like that again.
That's an oddly scary portrait for you talking about something you want to happen.
Flayn, is something the matter?
I thought I made it clear that I do not want you meddling in the affairs of me and my friends.
I am not quite sure what you are referring to, but I promise you I would never try to stand in your way.
It has come to my attention that you have been running about asking people what they think of me. Asking
Well, of course I have. It took me quite some time. But for you, it was well worth the effort.
I love him.
I was able to confirm that you are getting along well with everyone. It was very reassuring.
I cannot emphasize enough how embarrassed I was when I found out. And you have caused such a stir for those whom you questioned. Why, one person even said he feared for his life when you cornered him in the dining hall.
The dining hall? Ah, I know the fellow you are referring to. Yes, I've seen the way he looks at you. I recognized in an instant that he had impure feelings for you. As your brother, I took it upon myself to test his resolve. I merely asked him if he was prepared to lay his life on the line for my beloved sister.
I love him. He's such an idiot, but I love him.
He is nothing more than a friend. Kindly keep out of my social business in the future.
I am happy to see that you are making friends, but you should weigh your options more carefully.
Who I befriend is absolutely none of your business. Do you know what they call people like you? Overprotective meddlers.
She's right, but I still love him.
I am no longer a child. Are you incapable of trusting me, even a little?
Of course I trust you, but as an elder brother, I have a certain responsibility.
As my brother?
Obviously.
Oh, never mind it. If you'll excuse me.
Aw, I hope I have time to get their ace support, but I don't think I will at this rate. If I really am coming up towards the end. Right, I'm gonna take a minute to make absolutely sure that my recording stuff is working, because again, this feels like it's going to be important and I don't want to miss anything. So, be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. Everything's alright. Seems to be working fine. So, I now have a cat digging his claws into my legs. But, here we are. At Gronder Field, where the Battle of the Eagle and Lion was once held, the House leaders of 5 years ago have a fateful reunion, so Dimitri is here. But this time the contest between the Empire, the Kingdom and the Alliance is no mock battle. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Oh, it upsets me, but I want to know! I'm so nervous. Can't believe I've been playing this for 34 hours as well. Dear Lord.
Departing from the Great Bridge of Murden, the Alliance army marches south toward Enbar, the Imperial capital. As an unknown military force begins their advance under the banner of the Kingdom, the Imperial army dispatches forces from Fort Merceus with the intention of intercepting them. The curtain is rising on a conflict between the three armies, which will come to be known as the Battle at Gronder, held on the same plains that witnessed the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
Yeah, it's Dimitri. You're really not trying to hide that, are you? Oh, I'm not emotionally prepared for this. I'm so stressed about the game ending. I really... It was so light-hearted wanting to win the battle here last time. And now it's just really depressing because I'm going to have to kill my friends. Also, move my mic. Oh, am I only on chapter 17? In that case, there could be another one after this. I'll just double check my inventory because I've got to move stuff around a bit. Oh, you're in exactly the same place you were for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion as well. You don't look different post-time skip. There she is. Edelgard herself. And Petra, presumably. Yeah. And over here... Oh, did you? He's alive. Nice. Felix, okay. Mercedes, and yeah, Dimitri himself. Well, it should be interesting. It's gonna take a sec to be smug at my friend about something, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm done being smug, so... Oh, it's time to fight, but I really don't want to.
Know that I will tear your heads from your shoulders. The dead must have their tribute.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history.
Years ago, we fought here as classmates. But not today.
Kill every last one of them!
Oh, the Edgelord.
And so we fight on.
I will crush anyone who blocks my path.
Dimitri, he's alive. But he doesn't look interested in joining forces with us.
It would not be advantageous to take on both at once. We must stop the Kingdom and the Alliance from joining forces. I will create such chaotic warfare that they won't be able to tell who is friend and who is foe.
I genuinely feel really emotional.
What's my strategy?
Will I be able to talk to him? Doesn't look like it. It's got a warning sign though, so I probably don't want to go near the guy. Oh, I genuinely feel really sad about the fact everyone's back to fight each other.
You defeat me?
I just wanted them to be happy forever. Oh, his flying's B+, I wouldn't have been able to upgrade him anyway. That makes me feel slightly better. Oh, I'm so sad.
Shall we?
What even are the conditions for this? Defeat all enemy commanders, so I have to kill Dimitri.
Leave it to me.
Which is actually very sad. I hope I get a chance to spare him.
I'll do my best.
My orders?
Onward.
Don't know what that does. Okay, fine then.
Let's make this quick.
Mounted units, advance!
Stay back! Stay back or I'll shoot! Ah!
Won't allow it.
Sorry, but it's you or me.
Fine work.
I'm sorry.
The center is in danger of being taken. We must be running to protect it. Wish I could have at least died at home. Not in this big, stupid field.
I'm sorry.
Bernadetta, thank you. I'll make sure your life was not lost in vain.
I hate this. Oh, I actually might cry. I shouldn't be allowed to play war-related games because I'm too emotional.
That's another one.
Gotta try.
And I know this theme is just a slower, sadder version of the main song. And yes, it's certainly making me sad.
No chance.
I'm that much closer to my goal.
The Imperial army is starting to crumble. We will step on the Empire right along with the Alliance troops. To the eternal flames with all of them!
Oh, what have you got against us? Come on, Dimitri. What did we do to you? We're only trying to be helpful. Oh, I'm too emotional!
I'm hurt, but I'm with you. Lament your weakness. Had I...
Never let your guard down.
Interfering with the plan. Looks like I'll just have to get rid of you.
Nice try!
For Adrestia and for Brigid, I will be defeating all of you!
Child's play! I am... I'm not dying here.
It all comes down to this.
afford to lose. No chance.
No.
It's done.
At the ready. You got yourself killed.
Destiny unfurls.
I'll try. Sorry, but it's you or me.
I'm so stressed. Both because of the strategy and because I'm really sad about killing all these characters. No. Oh, this could be a problem.
We all choose our paths, and I've chosen mine. I fight for my lord, to the death.
I cannot lose!
No. Yeah, please attack Petra. You have some really cool animations, by the way.
I may not survive.
We're all desperate, aren't we?
Your Highness, I failed you.
I'm sorry.
Ingrid.
Oh, and she was so nice to me after Geralt died. I feel awful.
Fighting on will endanger my life. Your Majesty, I must withdraw.
Right, so there's still another battle to go, because otherwise he'd stay alive.
No need to worry. We still have some troops left. So long as I stand, we won't give up.
Oh, I was just thinking it's probably a good thing I can't do another route because I don't know if I could take it right now. I'm so emotional about having to kill all these people.
I have a plan.
I barely even know most of them. But it still really hurts me to imagine losing them.
I fight.
Is he going specifically for me?
Want to die? Step forward. I'll take you all.
He looked better before the time skip, in my opinion. No! Seth! Oh, this is awful!
Let me paint you a picture. No mercy.
Oh.
I found strength.
I might just be getting emotional because it's getting late, but I'm so sad.
I'm all right.
What does arms do? Oh, I can ballista.
Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. It's such a shame we have to meet like this.
Yeah, it is.
What's my strategy?
I can't be fighting anymore. I must be retreating now.
Okay, so you'll be in the next battle too.
Don't worry. You must live on to lead your people. Those fools who went up the hill will pay with their lives in the crimson flames.
You're not gonna set it on fire, are you? Oh, for goodness sake! What did I just say? And I can't move.
Not here. Not like this.
So I think he is actually dead.
Felix.
Oh, he's one of his. Genuinely thought he was kingdom.
You lost that one.
I'm hurt, but I'm with you.
This is a very uncomfortable risk.
I'm sorry, Dimitri. I can't seem to stay on my feet.
Oh, I hate this. He's also so, like, unfeeling in the way he reacts. Like, Dimitri, I'm legitimately starting to hate you.
Steady now.
I guess this is it then.
Are you trying to stop me too? I'll just have to kill you!
I don't want to stop you, I just don't want you to kill me.
Where are you, God? I will not stop until I kill you!
You kind of just did stop.
No time to slow down. No!
In the name of His Highness, you die here.
You don't look like you've had a good time. Good grief. I guess life sucks for everyone at this point.
Be in vain. Watch and learn. I must lead them well.
Sorry about the lack of commentary here, but I'm so stressed about killing all our friends.
At the ready.
How about a curtsy?
This battle must be absolutely brutal on classic mode. It's bad enough as it is. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to be able to kill these people on other routes. I genuinely don't think I will be able to. It's so stressful.
Nice try.
I'm just going to have to make sure I recruit all of my favourites.
Predictable. Watch and learn.
It's time, did you?
I can still fight, Your Highness.
Okay, so are we going to have them in the last battle as well? Dimitri and Stu.
I'm that much.
Is it just Edelgard left at this point? Yeah, I think it is. Oh no. Where's that go to?
Sorry, but I must.
I would like Aurora or Claude to be the one to take her down. So I might just get them over there first. Here we go.
We haven't seen each other since Garreg Mach. You've grown lovelier than ever, Edelgard.
You're not so unfortunate yourself. And you have the aid of the Professor. Frankly, I'm jealous.
You should be.
Now's the chance for you and the Professor to leave.
I'm afraid I must decline. Even if we left, we just have to come right back.
I lost. Just as expected, you aren't making my path an easy one.
Nope. And I don't plan to.
I must retreat for now. We'll meet again on the battlefield.
Even in an ugly battle like this, it's important not to lose heart. We have to take pride in our victory.
What, otherwise we'll go insane?
We did it, Teach. Now we can move forward to our victory.
Well, that was a thing.
So, Edelgard retreated. I suppose she lives to be defeated another day.
That's fine, I guess.
I suppose a win is a win, regardless of the circumstance. Some of our allies are injured, but can still fight. We'll just have to accept this outcome and press onward. Still, the battlefield looks awful. And I wonder what became of the Kingdom Army. And Dimitri.
I saw him.
Who? Dimitri?
He was completely different from how I remember him. He looked like a crazed demon while he was fighting.
Hang on, I think. It's weird, my mic was picking up noise. Shouldn't have been. Anyway.
He pursued Edelgard as she retreated, but he didn't get far before he collapsed. I saw him surrounded by Imperial troops and pierced by their spears. I'll never forget it. He deserved a better end.
So Dimitri's actually dead now?
Dimitri. He went through so much to make it here, only for his efforts to be in vain.
That sucks.
I can't even begin to understand what Dimitri must have been feeling, but there must have been some other way. Why did he have to go like that?
And his vassal, Dedu. Did he fall as well?
I don't know.
Your Highness, your ambitions are my own now. I will bring you Edelgard's head. I swear it!
That was anticlimactic.
Professor, Claude, may I have a moment of your time?
You certainly may, but I've just got to adjust my TV volume because my mic is picking it up now. It's quieter. Hang on. Okay, I'm back.
Lysithea, what are you doing up this late? Trouble sleeping?
We all have nights like that. I think it's understandable, though.
Anyone would be shaken after such a brutal battle. If you're having trouble sleeping, you should drink some warm milk. That's a thing, right?
Must you treat me like a child, simply because I'm awake a bit later than usual? Actually, I can hardly muster any indignation right now. I wanted to tell you that I noticed something odd during that battle.
What was it?
There were some strange mages among the ranks of the Imperial Army. Did you notice them?
No. Oh, there were some wearing masks in the cutscene, weren't there?
That's right. I have seen people dressed just like that before. It was a long time ago. House Ardelia was involved in a rebellion that took place within the Empire 13 years ago. After it was quelled, all of the key officials were caught and put to death. The Empire sent replacements, who they used to take control of House Ardelia. Among the people sent by the Empire were mages dressed in black, just like those we saw in battle.
If they're Imperial mages, it makes sense that they would wear the same clothing, right?
Yes, but the mages from back then and today, I do not believe they are from the Adrestian Empire.
That's interesting. Kingdom?
No. I got the impression that they were from somewhere else. Somewhere completely separate from Fodlan. There's more. Those mages imprisoned the children from my house and performed horrible rituals on them. Blood experiments.
There it is.
Lysithea, you can't mean... even you?
Yes. All of the others were deemed failures. They all died. And even I... It doesn't matter. The point is that those monsters possess dreadful knowledge and power. I just thought you should know the sort of people who have allied with the Empire.
Blood experiments. Does that remind you of anything, Teach?
The incident with Flame or the Flame Emperor? Well, both, but I'll go with Flamio.
Exactly. There was that secret group who abducted Flame and extracted her blood 5 years ago. The people involved back then were Tomas and Monica. Well, I suppose their true names were Solon and Kranya. So, that eerie group has been slithering behind the scenes in the Empire for a while now. Lysithea, thank you for sharing all of that with us. One day we will uncover the truth of who those people really are. We've managed to invade Empire territory and emerge victorious in our first battle. I hope to maintain our momentum and push onward to Enbar, the Imperial capital. Unfortunately, we are not legendary heroes in a fairy tale. Our stamina has limits. The longer we fight, the harder the fight will become. It will take immense effort to secure the supplies and soldiers we need to prevail.
Boy, you better not be saying this is as far as we go.
Of course not. However, the road ahead leads deep into enemy territory. It'll be a difficult journey, strewn with hardship. I can't guarantee that we'll make it out alive. If anyone wants to leave, now is the time to do it.
I shall accompany you to the very end. After all, someone must step up to take leadership should you fall.
Oh, how generous of you, Lorenz.
I'm coming. The future of my village depends on this. Besides, I have to protect the professor. For Captain Gerald.
I'm not going anywhere. Because of the Empire, my little sis can't live in peace.
We can't leave the future of Fodlan to others. I'm sure that everyone here feels the same.
The Knights of Seros will keep fighting the Empire. We won't rest until we rescue Lady Rhea.
I feel the same as the Knights. I've got to rescue Lady Rhea no matter what.
So, what? We're all supposed to take turns saying we'll do our best until the very end? And what about you, Marianne? What will you do?
I'll fight too.
Fine. Fine. I suppose I'll tag along too, until the bitter end.
It's an honor to keep fighting alongside such stalwart allies. Right, Teach?
You too, Claude.
I know I'm a great leader and all, but praising me isn't gonna get you anywhere. All right. Now that I know where each of you stands, I'm going to return to Alliance territory for a while. I intend to report this victory to the Alliance Lords and draw out even more support from them. Our next battle will be even more challenging, so brace yourselves for that.
I should write to my brother. He'll want to hear about our victory.
Your brother, Lord Holst? How is he these days?
Oh, he's doing great. I even got a letter from him before the last battle. He wanted to come and join our fight too.
What's this? Lord Holst come here? That would be a most reassuring development.
Sadly, it sounds like my father was against the idea. They want him to stay in case they need to fight the Almirans.
Their logic is sound, though it is vexing that the Alliance's greatest general cannot join us on the front lines.
We should be glad that Holst is staying behind. Almira aside, there's also no guarantee that the Imperial forces won't try to launch a surprise attack from the Old Kingdom territory.
If you have something you need to talk to my brother about, I'd be happy to send a letter.
No, that's okay. I'm just glad to hear he's doing well. Please send him my regards.
Wonder if we'll ever meet that guy.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Harpstring Moon. The Golden Scheme. Claude leverages his victory at the Battle of Gronder to secure reinforcements from Alliance Lords. Meanwhile, the Imperial Army continues to tighten its defenses at Fort Merceus in anticipation of an attack on the Imperial capital.
The Golden Scheme sounds very Claude. I appreciate that. But it also sounds worryingly final. Oh, I need this to end because it's almost tomorrow and I have to drive for like 5 hours. And I'm very emotional, but I don't want it to be over. Hey, Lysithea.
Thank you for helping me with my training again today, Professor. I'm gonna keep at it for a while longer, so you go on ahead. I can't. Not when I'm right on the cusp of using my power to greater potential. Surely you yourself are tired. Just don't worry about me, okay? I'm sorry, Professor. It was careless of me to continue, despite how fatigued I clearly was. I probably should have listened to you. Now I've made a mess of things. I can't help but feel the need to rush in all things constantly. You get that way when you realize you haven't got much time. I believe I've mentioned that House Ordelia was, at one time, being controlled by people from the Empire. During that time, strange people, mages perhaps, came and performed rituals on all the youth within my family. With the Empire monitoring our every move, my parents could do nothing but watch in horror as all of this unfolded. One after another, the children died, until the only one left was me. You know, my hair wasn't always this color. During their experiments, they'd been doing things with my blood. One morning, I awoke like this, a shock of white hair, all trace of pigment gone. Upon seeing me, the mages were delighted. They realized that their experiments had finally succeeded. Sure enough, they ran a test and saw that two crests coexisted within me. Losing pigment from my hair wasn't the only loss. The mages informed me that my lifespan was now greatly shortened. 5 more years at most, perhaps less.
Oh, that's so bad.
Shortly thereafter, the mages lost interest in me, and we never saw them in the Ordelia household again. Since all that, our family has been in decline. It's challenging now even to govern our territory.
Does that mean she only has 5 years left from now, or 5 years left from when they did it. Because presumably by that she'd be dead by now, but oh, I don't want to think about this.
After all my mother and father have suffered, I at least want them to have peace as they grow older. That is all I wish for, but I haven't much time to ensure it comes to pass. It's not like what's been done to me can be undone. Professor, the only way I can conceive of would be to remove my crest somehow. But I don't know if that's even remotely possible. Even if it were, I wouldn't be of much use to you and the others without my crests. You sound resolved. I'll allow your resolve to bolster my own. Thank you, Professor.
Oh, I hate that that topic is a thing. I can't cope with people having experimented on children and killed their siblings and just,
Our objective is Enbar, the Imperial capital. But our greatest obstacle lies before that.
And what's that?
Fort Mercius. If we can't pass through, we won't be able to reach Enbar.
Fort Mercius, the impregnable fortress, or so it's called.
If I recall correctly, it's sometimes referred to as the Stubborn Old General.
It is a massive fortress that was constructed to protect the Imperial capital.
The Imperial army we defeated has withdrawn to Enbar.
So we'll have the battle this month at the Stronghold, which I guess is possibly where we get Rhea back. And then another chapter after that, I assume, where we win. Hopefully I'll manage to get it all done.
Fort Mercius should be short on soldiers for now.
We should be careful.
It would be best to take it before enemy reinforcements arrive. Still, there's a reason it's been called impregnable. The only real question is what our fearless leader intends to do.
Sorry for the delay, everyone. Those mewling lords kept me from leaving for quite some time.
So, were you able to secure additional reinforcements?
It's gonna have to wait until next month. It doesn't look like they can afford to keep supporting us at present.
Then what should we do about Fort Mercius? Do you plan on waiting around?
No. If we wait until next month, the enemy will have bolstered their defenses. That said, the prevailing theory is that you need triple your enemy's forces to take a fortress with a frontal assault.
Right. That's what we were taught at the Academy. And this is Fort Mercius we're talking about. It's renowned for its strong defenses.
Our current army isn't nearly strong enough. What to do?
Whatever you do, just don't ask us to scale those huge walls. We'd end up dead when they hurl rocks down at us.
Yeah, no thanks. If only someone would open up the gates for us from the inside.
Unfortunately, we don't have any spies in there. Wait a minute. I've got it. We sneak in, stir up confusion, and open the gates ourselves to let our allies in.
Right, that's what I was saying all along.
Right, nice one, Hilda. But how do you propose we go about sneaking in?
Oh, disguises? If we dress up like Imperial soldiers, maybe they'll think we're allies and let us in. Do you really think they'd just open the gates for us? I'd be pretty dumbfounded if that worked.
No, she's onto something. It's a good idea, Hilda. We just need to refine it a bit, and we'll be in there before we know it.
Really? Go me!
What is your definition of refining the idea? I know your go-to strategy is nausea-inducing poison, but...
Oh, I maybe ate too much. My stomach hurts.
Raphael, why are you eating meat during a war council?
So, fearless leader, I'm guessing you're going to keep the crucial parts of your scheme under wraps until the time comes, aren't you?
You know me so well, Judith. Whether we like it or not, this war puts a damper on all of our spirits. What's wrong with trying to have a little fun every now and again? Just leave the details to me.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break here, because A, I need a drink, B, I'm very tired, and B, I'm very emotional, so I'm gonna pause for a minute, have a drink, and what have we got? Not one I'm interested in. I'll come back to it soon, because I have no other choice, so it looks like we'll be playing till the early hours of the morning. Until next time, thanks for watching, bye.